I want to first ask everyone watching this to please subscribe and share this with an agent friend of yours or just any friend looking to buy in the next year or two. Remember, the entire reason for me making this channel is because loan officers only make sure you're qualified and then throw you to the offer making process. They only give you a functional and not an in-depth knowledge of what you really need to know in order to manage and pay off and use the mortgage in a way that maximizes your future net worth. Okay? They really don't give a damn about giving you a formal education. Okay? They only care about this commission. Watch my YouTube video here for proof. Okay? Or my Instagram video from April 2023. But if you haven't watched those yet, you have no idea what really goes on behind the scenes, how terribly this industry fails to serve buyers. So this episode is for those who have a home, want to buy a new one, but keep their existing home called their departure as a rental, or buy a new home before selling their existing home. Okay, when most families buy their second home, they're ready to get rid of the existing home they have. They usually sell it before they buy the new one. Okay, that gives them one, easier access to down payment money for the next home, and two, frees up their debt to income ratio in order to qualify for the new home easier. However, not everyone wants to do that. Okay, some want to buy a home before selling their existing so that they won't have to rent a home in between. That also allows them to not have to time up both transactions within a day of each other, like sell your house on Thursday and buy on Friday. Okay, it can also make it easier to present the existing home, the departure residence, to the public when they're not living in the home anymore. So a lot of benefits to buying the next home first exist. Others want to keep the original home and rent it out. They know it's a safe asset that will only rise in value and rents over long periods of time. The principal interest piece of the payment will never rise if you've got a 30-year fixed rate or 15-year fixed rate locked in on that house. But in any case, you have to carry at least two mortgages at once. And so this is kind of where it gets tricky. This is why I'm making this video. So to do that, you'll have to pass the debt to income ratio requirement. And it could be a little tougher on you. Okay, so as an example, let's say you have $10,000 combined monthly income on your application. Your current home costs $1,500. The new home's going to cost $3,000. That gives you a 45% debt to income ratio. If you have any more student loans, credit card loans, car loans, totaling minimum monthly payments of over $500 a month, then you're going to have a debt to income ratio over 50%. Most debt to income ratios stop you at 50. Not all debt to income ratio requirements are 50. Lots are lower. Some are 45, 43. But then VA and FHA loans can be higher than 50, but the most common is 50. Okay, so if you have this debt, if these two mortgages and your other existing debt is over 50%, or if it's over the debt to income ratio, you can, one, get a rent letter lowering your debt to income ratio. So let's say you found somebody to rent out your home, you get them to agree to pay for your house for an entire year. You have them sign a 1-year lease agreement. Let's say it's $1,500. Well, a month. So you can now use 75% of that rent amount that they're going to give you towards your debt to income ratio. Okay, so $1,500 means you can account $1,125 a month towards your debt to income ratio, since you can only use 75% of the rental income. There's that 75% rule because they know that with statistics, people don't always have their houses rented out for the entire year. You know, there's breaks in between. Some renters will get out maybe a little earlier than what the landlord expected, or there'll be a break in between from one renter to the next. But if your debt to income ratio is too high, you can get that rent letter and it can save you if it's big enough. So there's that. Now, for the down payment for the second home, okay, you'll have to bring, in most cases, at least 5% down for a conventional conforming loan on the second home. Haven't sold your existing home yet? If you need equity or cash out of there to qualify, you could then take out a home equity loan, a home equity line of credit. Now, this would increase the debt to income ratio even. So you're going to have 3 mortgages at once now. going on. Okay, and that's assuming the home equity lender believes you have enough equity left over in your current house to take out money from it in the first place. A lot of them don't let you take out a total amount of loans of 80 or 85% of your home's equity. If you're lucky, you can find somebody that maybe will let you take out a second loan that combines with the first home loan on that property of up to 90% of the value of the house. So if you don't do it that way, the other two main ways you would then have to get money for down payment would be to get a gift from family, number one, or number two, take out money from your 401k. Those are definitely more popular ways than doing the whole home equity line, the 3 loans at once piece that I just covered here. Now, one wrinkle I want to throw in here is the recast factor. This is something that's very popular with people who have 2 homes at once. This is when you sell off one property and then put the equity of the departure residence, your old home, into the next property to then reduce the payment on that next property, okay? There's a fee to do this, usually a couple $100. Usually conventional loans only, no FHA or VA loans or USDA loans allow this, no government loans. Some jumbo loans allow it, but it's basically a lump sum to reduce your monthly payment accordingly. If you guys have any questions, again, you guys can always call me, text me. We can go over this. Leave me a comment in the comments section, and thank you for watching.